Who's to say? Who's to say? Let's just go ahead and find a deck here. A lot of the decks, my like standard decks, I did put away, for like travel. So give me a second. What do we got here? Oh, that's a fairy tale. So maybe that was meant to happen. What about this? The next largest one is the Witch's Tarot. Fan-frickin-tastic. Where's my lip stuff here? You gotta get started. Dude, this transition, like, I'm tired of making excuses for other people to show up for me and like, oh, they want to protect me, so they're not gonna like show that there's any affiliations. And partially I do that on my social media. Like I don't follow people on at least my IG. I'm not supposed to anyway. I'm gonna have to check on that. But anyway, yeah, to kind of like keep them at a further distance from those that like want to fuck shit up, even by proxy. And so I just have to be cognizant of that. Very mindful. What did you say? Okay. Very mindful. And so, what were we saying about that? Yeah, so there's different ways in which people can show up. So there's the exacting points of why I do what I do. And there's still some things on the to-do list. So for those that get it, great. If not, then also great. Okay. Fairy tale. All right. And what's the card for me here? This is about my solar eclipse, new moon gig. Okay? The new. I kind of saw that was going to happen. Okay, what do we got here? What do I got? The Sea Maiden in reverse. Promises. Number 22. Let's read it. I think this has to do with venturing out. I don't know if this is like very much siren-like in its energy. Otherwise, I believe it would say so. But I think it's about what lurks beneath the surface. This is engaging in the whimsical nature of the intuitive potentials for me. Okay. I have to digest my candy. I have been an old mare of a horse, an old dog, myself and my wife. There's for all the creatures of the great world that are mine. Okay. I don't feel like reading all that. Inspector Gadget. Here. Okay, we can read the rest later. I guess for a shortcut, you might want something like that here. Okay. There's that for the screenshot. Next page. Because I don't know how accessible this is. Because I think there was one deck from the same creator, Lucy Cavendish. Yeah, Lucy Cavendish, that was harder to find. But I think there was like a 1.0, 2.0 version. So maybe my memory's like digging into that. But there you go. If you want to have a screenshot. Okay. Meaning, inherited sadness, madness, family debt patterns can be cleared for good. Keeping our word, being prepared to make the sacrifice. Not just a sacrifice, but I think it's the sacrifice, because what I just said, just paraphrased it a little bit, tweaked it a little. Anyway, choosing what you will give up, honoring a deal fairly made, changing your fate, surviving your destiny. I don't think this one takes it in reversals. So maybe this is like a cue, a prompt, like, or in progress. I would say if it was in progress, then it would be upright, like decision made, engaged. But in reversal, it's a prompt, call to action. And I think I've already tiptoed towards that because I already modified my follow list. I didn't dump everybody that was from the same establishment. Like, I will find out one by one if there's any fuckery involved, and then the timing is on point to let them go. But otherwise, like, I remember, I don't know if I said this in one of my divinations, like in the past month or so, like after letting go of the 20-year friendship affiliation that I had, completely having to ghost it. And what are you gonna say about that? Oh, I was like, what kind of fuckery is this? Like, if I am supposed to have like great influence and impact on other practitioners, I would like, I was just speaking to spirit, and I don't know if I was out loud speaking thoughts out loud on here or whatnot, but I knew that it was like after I had my bit with that, I was like, spirit, I would rather teach or be of like I guess guidance and impact with younglings, those that are learning their magic, engaging in it, not people that should know better, that are like into their closer or in their retirement years doing that. Like, there's no excuse, okay? That kind of fuckery, no, I'm not. I'd rather teach the younglings because there's more flexibility, and I'm not in the mode of offing people, you know. I may out people as needed, but I will not, like, I would rather not go there, because when I go there, I go hard. So I just, with the greatest fuckery involved in the disrespect for my privacy, for like just even my, like, don't impress your will upon mine. Do not try to take over. Do not, like, when I see that kind of fuckery, like warlock level, I have to let go. Okay? Doesn't matter if I see that light in you. You got to go. Okay, so that's what I do. I did today. I did today. Regardless of how long I stayed down, or like, you know, did moseying on, like, just to feel like I have a fucking break. Shit. Seriously. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Pacing things, not gonna go overboard. Okay, I'm gonna just see how time plays out, and if the girlies wanna do dumb shit, I'm going to have to lay down the law. Yes. They're gonna have to learn the hard way if it be that way. So back to here. My new solar eclipse new moon gig. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'd like to know. Oh, first off, I forgot to do a little picture thing. Okay. 3, 2, 1, cheese. This is my header cards. Left side, Knight of Cups in reverse. Right side, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. It's kind of like honeymoon's over, you know? That orientation, chop chop, severed, done. Okay? You already got all the, like, the gist of, like, the first impressions of not just your keen observations, but also how people intend to portray themselves. So within that controlled factor of, like, you know, that's scheduled controlled factor of orientation, those meet and greets, even by casual, whatever industry, those, like, if that's what you intend to impress upon me, and like, wow, okay. So there's the first notations, but like, you know, after the glitz and all of that like dies away, and you get to really like get the scope of the land in different conditions. There's still a patterning even in the marbled effect. Like, people have different schedules, and so it changes the dynamics. So therefore you see a lot of comparability within like one's own ecosystem. And so we're saying Knight of Cups in reverse. You gotta do away with those fleeting romances, like the ones that are, you know, just fake. They're not just conjured, they're doctored, you know, they're canned. Like, that's like, they're treating you basically a dime a dozen. And let's say you are like super popular, in high demand, super famous, like, highly reputable. Like, you can see how, how, like, flat of a person they've become. Like, it's not, well, it's more than not being well-rounded. It's just, you can find that anywhere. So why am I just going to fill up the seats just to fill up the seats, you know? Yeah, that's what that's about. Okay. So knowing that, my intentions are, I mean, one would call it, you know, you could just call it niche or underground or whatnot. But it's, yeah, like, okay, so my concern are finances. And so there's a lot to talk about right now, but we don't need to discuss everything. So if my intent is more of like filling the seats with people who like are doing the work, that are reciprocating, meeting in the middle, that kind of energy, that are receptive to this energy, not just trying to dig at the formula, the answers, you forego one crowd for the other. And so when you make it clear, like, I'd rather not, or I'd rather have, the world listens to you. And so even though it might have like a little, like, you know, a little bit of like etheric roughhousing, because it's like, oh, you think you're too good for me, that kind of energy, it's not quite that. Like, I know that if they were seated in the same position with the same experiences, etc., and like the same understanding of what it's like to be me, then they would certainly agree. But they're not. So, you know, why do I have to be mad about it? So that's on the receptive side. Okay, this new phase is like eliminating the bullshit, like getting straight to the point with intentions. And so that's good. That's good for me. And because of that, the minor consequence, at least short run, in this is that on the manifesting side, it's like, I know I'm fully worthy, but it's like I'm not getting that pentacle energy in, because I'm not in that like entrepreneur mindset of like, I just need to fill the seats. Like, just give me your money. Just try it out. You know, like I'm not gonna go aggro in that sense. Like, it's if I were to be doing that, I might as well just be hustling, like, you know, at my evening shifts. And because I said goodbye to that after looking at the rounds of establishments, like, I could see like people don't leave the industry. They just transfer. They're all kind of just like nomads until something changes. They either fuck somebody, or they, I don't know, they have a huge inheritance, or I don't know. But that's usually the case. Like, that's the brunt of it. And so on the doing side, okay, because I have that inner reserve of self-worth in moving things forward, like, I'm not going to how do you say it? Well, I don't need to discuss any further. I just know that the Ten of Pentacles can be found in applications through other things, okay? I don't need to play this like push and pull internal game here, okay? Yeah. Okay. What else do you want to tell me about this new phase? Let's have some more candy. This one. I have not tried this black cherry warhead. Taffy. It's usually the blue one that I've grabbed. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Oh, the Four of Wands. Message successfully transmitted. This is the affirmation, the confirmation, the validation, the verification of the paradigm shift. It has occurred. Yes, it has. So things like I was a little hard on myself today, processing, just like recalibrating. That's what I was doing. And also finding acceptance in what comes next. Like, what am I going to do? And not being too hard on myself for not approaching other realms. It's just like, it's just go, go, go. Don't let anything hold you back. And some of that go time is rest time. Yeah. So yeah, this is saying that it's already transpiring. Something came on my feed, that was, what was it? Like during eclipse season, they're like, some witches think that, it's a time for manifestation, and you have that eye roll also, like in response, and that's what they're saying. I was like, I don't, how do I say it? Like it's in crowd bashing almost. So like, you know, if somebody wants to use that, you know, the new moon or eclipse phase for manifesting, so be it. Maybe they have their own version of chaos magic, whatever, you know. I've done that before when called to. Maybe not in the same conditions, but it was not your customary prompts for practice. So, what do you want to say over here? I don't know. That's fine. Five of Cups and King of Pentacles. Oh, some boss is watching me go through the ringer of having to say goodbye and feeling those complex feelings of like, I think it's just processing it. Like, it's definitely not feeling fun. You know, the last couple of events that I went to, I really was, even though they were paid for, I really didn't want to go. I did. And it wasn't like, it was just, I didn't want to bring down the vibe of what that impression, the vibe was supposed to be. But I was like, you know what? I just got to show up. The cards also said, you know, briefly, show up, okay? Things can change. You can alchemize the situation. Just go with that. And so I did, despite me feeling like that. And that was, this is after looking at other establishments for possibilities. And I told you I waste like, they wasted like about 5 hours of my time. And then when I decided, okay, maybe I'll go ahead and try them out, we queued. Like, there was just a lot of gaslighting, and I took the brunt of it because I know that there are internal conversations where I think Like, don't get, you know, don't let Tina in because she brings the 5-0 or something like that. You know, there's certain things like that which are not going to be disclosed to me. It's just we can't take that risk, so they're just going to blow me off without being direct. And so it's like, oh, this is how you treat your people. Well, you know, I command that that happens to you as well on an elevated business aspect. I hope that happens to you so that you can feel the feels of what you just did to me. And you know, like, I know you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to forgive, etc., etc. But it's like, you know, I can forgive. You know, that's fine. But I'm just stating that there is a penalty for deliberately wasting my time, um, knowing and practicing within a cult. But I was a little bummed. I was like, okay. For all you know, Tina, they're on your side. And they're a double agent. And they're just protecting me from extreme amounts of BS. Who knows? So I guess good karma. You don't know. And so spirits, all the more saying is just mind your own business, you know? Move along. All right. The new gig for me. What is it? What is it? Tell me more. 2 of Cups in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. So this is investing in potential relationships. So focusing on, it's forward facing, not necessarily saving face. And part of it, you know, when you're forward looking and after you said your legit goodbyes, regardless on how it was received, it gives an open door to kind of save face. Like, it could have gone down much worse than this, but instead, saving face. I'm forwarding that to the next, you know, more fitting candidates or entities. So this new gig is touching my foot and my little backpack thing. Oh, karma accentuated. Don't you love it? Threefold. It has the vibe of Maiden Mother Crone here. It also has the illuminated profile of a silhouette here, almost like face. Do you see how, like, tribal almost? This is the first time that I've noticed that on the right, but it's almost like glowing, like hieroglyphics almost. So this is very deep rooted and supported by elemental primordial forces. Because they're like, okay, I get it. You see the line, you know, the highlight right there. They're like, I get it. And they're like, I got you. You see, it's very fluid. It's continuous in its element, like the highlighting. And you know that it's all derived from here. And I think that's an eclipse. Oh my God, that's a solar eclipse. I think so. It's an eclipse. It's an eclipse. But that's crazy. So, like, again, this is my little backpack thing. So it was like laid out between that and my foot, my other regular, you know, bag. I transitioned for like multi-purpose. Like, anyway, here we go. This is about to roll out. Okay, tell me a little bit more about the vibe. Anything that I should know? I think I'm gonna do like a midnight run to get some snacks. The Wheel of the Year in reverse. I was gonna say something about the Wheel of Fortune, or the, like, laid on this center area here. Oh, hello. I'll let you talk amongst yourselves. Okay, so the Wheel of Year. Yeah, so it's been laid, like the key is the thing to steer, and it's been laid into position here. So things are already laid into place, almost like a set table or a set circle. So more prominent relationships are going to come through this, but these are like highly substantial. Like they are fate driven, they are fate bound, they are um, inlaid on, you know, right there on the inner circle. So there's something about like destination complete, like things are already set in motion, things are going according to plan. Okay, let me have a little bite of this again. Well, shuffle. When I said inlaid, also like gold foiled is what I was trying to say. I'm gonna say something about that. Anyway, that's okay. Oh, foiled. So like there's in the background, like way off in the background, like lower vibrational, like, oh, our plans are foiled in its dramatic sense, like little rascals, oh, our plans are foiled. Or is it who would say that? Popeye, Three Stooges. Anyway, it's that time frame. Oh, our plans are foiled. And then here in this other realm that I'm in, as well as my crews or potentials, it's like gold foiled. So the realities of certain dichotomies, I know that certain like groups of like chaos magic and different cultures have combined, and there's a lot of shiz going on, especially in my neighborhood with those energy clashes. So it's like you don't realize with that combination that it's highly volatile. Like you don't know what to expect. You can only work upon the probabilities and strong, like the, what do you call it, like the steering force is if you're higher vibrational and you're working with your intent, like that would kind of like outmode them, you know. So that's probably what's happening here, because I remember on my other feed for my yeah, so I'm not gonna talk too much, but so my other feed, there was something about how feathers are yes but hold the glitter. And today so much shit went like crazy. Hoopla, oh my god, I got a parking ticket, $59, so I have to deduct that from what I made in the past pop-up, like why? So anyway, there's that. And then what else happened? Just like little mishaps here and there, you know, face value mishaps. And then, oh yeah, on the way back from like a particular errand, there was a whole bunch of feathers, like a whole slew of feathers, like a truck, like just, I don't know what happened, but it was all over the freeway. And I told my son, I was like, take a picture of it. Because like there was something about a call to chaos magic again. Because of my call out there's something about like a throwdown, a throwback, where it's like a ricochet. You know how glass breaks and it's supposed to absorb the stuff that was meant to, like, what the ill intention meant for you. So same thing happening with the concept of, it's almost like The Good Place, that kind of energy where it's like you will something and then it doesn't go as intended, but it manifests in a separate avenue. So same thing, that's how I knew there was a relationship towards the previous establishment that was causing like chaos and confusion in my realm. And it's like, oh, that's what kind of energy they're bringing? Okay, gotta let go of certain, you know, energies, at least the head of it. And then, like, this is not meant for Warren. This is meant like, just shoo off while I'm nice. And, because I mean it now, but I will forever mean it later, if there is a later. So anyway, feathers, yeah, so that's what I'm saying, like the oh, our plans are foiled. Anyway, here we go. What do you want to tell me? My expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. Welcome in to Divinely Intervene as needed for my highest good. AKA the highest good. Okay, that flew. Oh, the King of Wands, the networker. The charming networker. What else fell over there? Justice. Look at that. I have great connections. I told you, I don't just bring in the 5-0, I bring in the variations of 5-0. Not we're not just talking about deviations, like on the subcategorization, but the upwards of it. So that's excellent. So this is laid on an extension cord, and then to my phone cord laid on it. So there's communications about to are already in progress. Yeah, that are already making its way to me. Holy smokes, yeah. Because I don't normally get this from the King of Wands, but this is a very good contact. These two upright, hells to the yes. Very good contacts. These would get you out of a bind legit. As long as you're legit, they will get you out of a bind legit. Because there are people that will get you out of a bind whether or not, you know. So this is excellent. This might be a singular piece, if not under the same, maybe similar roofs. I don't know, but this could be a singular or a double type of energy here, two separate entities working in conjunction, but still very much standalone in their accomplishments and in their methods and workings. Same intent, same goal set are aligned, and that's how this is this is a very strong pair here. As far as business goes, this is very elevated. So what were we gonna say about that? Anyway, that's coming through. Oh yeah. As far as the King of Wands, I usually don't get this being the Master of 8 of Wands, but it's certainly giving the impression with the wires, with all of this. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get clarifier. Get that energy. The shadow side in reverse, the devil in reverse. So yeah, this is not micromanaging it. This is just the scope. This is not what do you call it? Obsessing over. Is it? It's running through the fine-tooth comb on certain details, but even this kind of decision and communication can be done without the fine-tooth comb. This is just looking at the general scope, holy shit, I cannot dismiss this. This is absolutely not, I don't have to go any further. I've seen what I need to see to say this. And so that's what they're saying there. That's strange. Holy crud. Yes? Is there anything more? Yes? No. Yes? Yes, there is. Okay. What do you say? 4 of Pentacles. So this is sense of ownership. This is actually about addressing accountability. So what this looks like is that this is kind of a long time coming, especially with the Devil card coming up. Even if it's in its reversal, it does imply that there was a phase where it was very aggravated, and now that it's in reversal, it's kind of a has-been type of energy, the Tower card already kind of processed. And so the ballots are in 4 of Pentacles right here. So this is what were we gonna say about that? Yeah, okay, hold on. I want some more of this before it melts all over the place. Good. My inner child approves. On the bottom, 7 of Swords. Why? Okay. Delicious. So this is looking at the summary of it. Accountability within the summarization of it. That's where we're at here. Now, first, I was initially concerned at glance seeing the 7 of Swords, but I knew in my heart it did not mean deceit any further, any lingering. Right here, it's more like you stole like a home run. And how I know that is because he's carrying all 4 bases. And then to clarify that, that's the Phoenix energy. That's crazy. So this is like a speed run, like Speedy Gonzalez stealing home plate. A home run anyway. And how do I know this further? Because this is Speedy. This is like unrelenting primordial force, like bigger than like volcanic energy. This is the Phoenix energy. So it's an emergence, like Shamu volcano type of energy. And so this is 17 swords altogether, which is the star card, which is like, you know, a shooting star coming up from home base. Do you understand? This is amazing. 5 of Wands, no qualm, no confusion, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bottom of that, the High Priestess in reverse. It's being objective with what you know, because what you know is delivered. Like, sometimes we get, as a High Priestess, sometimes we get information ahead of time. Sometimes we get it after something's done. And so like the placement of truth is it's kind of like a puzzle piece to our reality. And so it's being objective with those materials. Like, this all looks great, but I still have to be like kind of detached from it. What is that? Oh, Queen of Wands, because you are mainly of this world, okay? I don't know about that. Like, people see me as this, and less as this. Like, this is hidden energy. So yeah, I mean, this is either one is great, you know, but sometimes you have to look at the reality. It doesn't matter of like, how do I say it? Sometimes you have to look at the reality of how people, like what other people's potentials as well as their limitations are. And so when that is impressed upon you upon interaction, and they only see you as this way and not that way until they see you that way, then like, what is it my business to convince other people that I'm also this or even more of this? That's, you know, that's less of my business and more of theirs on their perceptions. Like, so, and that's not me being offended in speaking that. That's more of like, more validation to be detached. So if people are more receptive to me in this avenue, then that's how I'll, you know, that's how not only I will appeal to them, but that's how I will reach them. Though this lays as far as the content in my mode underneath, it's like, you know, that's how I do. So 9 of Cups in reverse right beneath that, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so you digest that part. Not just your contributions, but how you are perceived. Like, what does that mean for me? Is that is that more of a limitation or an advantage? And so there's kind of like, you digest that part, and then you accept that part, and then you figure out the inner modes of control. So this is reestablishment of one's own happiness, understanding the context of that, fulfillment, and then like the applications of, okay, how am I gonna be bibbity bobbity boo on these terms? Like, what things do I modify, or what things do I hold to myself as far as my creative pursuits? Because if you don't get me here, you're definitely not gonna get me there. I mean, you might like understand me here, but you won't fully understand me. Like, you won't get me. Like, I must be, what is it? There's like a command, a call for respect. Like, first off, you shall respect me, like, within my own being. Before, how do I say? Just as though, like, I'm not here just to fill the seats. Like, it's kind of like exclusive. It's like you belong here or not kind of energy. 7 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so there's like some groundwork to be done with that. Like it's not so like warm and fuzzy with the general audience and hearing that, but that's the reality of it. So those that respect it, you know, get it. Yeah. Anyway, top of the deck, no secret to my sauce is Strength in reverse. I think this is more about strength training, willpower. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is being like highly celebrated, like from one professional to another, or one practitioner to another. Like this is highly elevated in its accolades. It's like the Gatorade experience. Like the only way we really the majority of population knows it is because it's like on TV. Like it's televised, this type of energy. That's how big it is. But strength in reverse, I think it's like built like you're having like sea legs in navigation. So it's there's something about that. So there's like no stage fright. It's the understanding of oneself and like feeling good with that despite like the fluctuations in how other people like translate it. Yeah, 6 of Wands in reverse after that, after the Ace of Cups. Um, 816 is an angel number here. Why do we have the 6 of Wands in reverse? I feel like this is a quiet win. Yeah, let's say when you're starting a business or whatever, like the format is like, what's your mission statement? What's this and that? So it's like how you generally conduct yourself, like based on your beliefs. And so this is yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's very like exclusive energy, like a quiet win. That's what you start off with before it's like fully set in stone. Weird. Okay, yeah, fully set in stone. You know that, and then that. Okay. Anything else? Let's see, say anything. No. All right. So I've got one representing entity here, energetic here. So I'll get one takeaway for this representation of my divine what do you want to call it? My love and light crew. Okay. What do you got? Tell me. 8 of Cups in reverse. This is a comeback. So maybe like this is also a return. Is it? Hold on. Let's get a clarifier for that. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, a return. But it's also like, oh, this is a return. Okay. So it's like somebody went out, like they left like a noisy situation. They went to like get some peace or like have a little break, and then they're coming back delivering something from that, like it's a souvenir from that place. So whatever that means for you on its like granular sense of like peace of mind on a solo level, then that's for you. Like, oh, I got a little daisy that reminded me of my childhood or whatever along that path or whatever, and bringing it back, this reminder, like a mnemonic to say like things are okay. I have certain areas where I can kind of alleviate this sense of lack of control or whatever, or to bring me back, you know, to life. So there's that. But there's also like this kind of like more substantial task-driven item that's heavily weighted. Like this is this is, yeah, there's something being brought over, which is hot. Okay. Oh, some of you also might be like delivery kind of energy, like deliver. Oh, look at that. Holy smokes. It's, oh, okay. Nope. No. What? Oh, this is the Emperor. There's someone either, yeah, is either someone in command, like they're getting this, they're retrieving this to give to this person, like a higher, like the higher ranking, like the highest ranking individual within the court. And so somebody was tasked to get something and bring it back. It could be information, it could be like some kind of evidence, whatever. But this emperor is also like a family man, as you can see. They also look out for younglings. They're very much grounded. So this is more of like an elevated King of Pentacles here, because they also shoulder on the capabilities of the Queen of Pentacles, which is the best mother. So this would be a translation of someone that really looks out for you, especially younglings, like the future, what the future holds. Now, the other interpretation of this is if it's not like task driven by the external, like higher up, this would be this person in disguise, or, you know, in disguise, basically. So it's like here one moment, and it's like, it's something that is kind of hidden in transit, like collapsible, excuse me, and that can expand further. It's like, okay, so that pentacle now he's holding is like a sphere. So it's become more, instead of 2D flat, it's more of like a, I mean, this is like 3D in its like minimalistic sense, but we'll just call it 2D for now, like a 2D object. Now is expansive, like this, again, it could be like this expansive like consciousness of what, like alchemizing external energies. And so what is supposedly 2D there is now like 3D here, more tangible, more so there's something about that there, okay, for my divine collective of love and light, you know, present. All right, now for me, I'll get my 3 takeaways. My first one is, what do you say? 4 of Cups in reverse. You've made the right choice, Tina. You have let go without saying, like, you know, burning up the place, like, fuck all of you, okay? You're just doing it, like, you know, as called, you know, as immediately called for. Like, there is absolutely zero excuse for this. I refuse to get upset and riled out about it. This is more of like a sternness and firmness of the decision that was made. You cannot convince me of otherwise. And I'm not judging you as like a good or bad person. I'm just saying you in my life, your energy in my life is imposing destruction to my health and wellness. Your energy in my life is unhealthy and unwise for me to keep. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So you can't go out like and engaging in additional fuckery, because what I'm saying, as you know, is legit. You have certain addictions, you have certain obsessions, you have certain things. Even the implication, like, I don't care, like, we don't have to talk about your past, but the fact that you are disturbing my peace, and you're motioning to disrespect my energetic space, including in or dream state or whatever, you know, energy is causing like issues in my like daily routines. I can't have you in my life. That's a matter of fact. So they're saying, ding, 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 you're the winner, Tina. You made the right choice. Okay. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead. Oh my goodness. Okay, my second takeaway is now I get proper relationships, reciprocation. You see? Reciprocation. Even that down to the younglings. This is like kind of a refresher of innocence as well. It's like all that has transpired before, because of what's due like to unfold in the new gig, proper reciprocation, it kind of like tears down like old establishments, old constructs of yesteryear. So it makes you feel like a kid again, like you've never really been hurt like that. It's not weighing on you. So that's my second takeaway. I like it. I like it. All right, my third takeaway is the Magician in reverse. Okay, so like I don't regret any of the like highways and byways, laws and bylaws of certain establishments that I have been at, because I have learned that, you know, even though it's like people may practice left hand, right hand, or even the middle path, it doesn't characterize them to be ultimately a good person or a bad person. These are just learning practitioners that are looking to expand their knowledge and develop their frequencies. So whether they elevate or descend is totally up to them. But I can't judge them based on like the face, you know, at a glance, left hand, right path, or, you know, this is what it's saying here. So along the way, in saying that, like, I don't regret it, nor will I excuse the bullshit that has happened. There's some area of like, I have developed allies, not just underground, but also people that are working the left-hand path in like any culture. And so I have not just allies, but like also protectors. And so there's a common understanding of like exceptions and allowances because of this. There's a certain level of respect, like that we can clearly see within our own experiences. We don't need to explain that to anybody else. This is just what is. In fact, the red robing here is also within the same frequency as this, just more decorated. I need a clarifier for the Magician though. In reverse. Two of Pentacles. See, like all things like that is a great way to like to see that the world does have balance, even with its chaos, even with its like, you know, certain methodologies. You have things like you have a good grasp or like maneuverability in seeing how the elements can play well with one another. So this is I think that's all that they wanted to say there. But there's like this glowing light about it. It's soft, but it's also stable, like in its force. Yeah. All right, so closure card is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. What is that? So closure is like, okay, I feel like this is maybe going back to square one, like the energy of like not being there just yet. Like you're working towards those stages of feeling independence, feeling like you have something to account for externally for all the work that I put in. You know, there's that. So and not feeling like, how do you feel going back to square one, that first card, like that energy before we started the reading of, you know, not being there yet, like that you need to make $2,000 within the next 10 days in order to like keep a roof over your head. Like, how is that going to happen? It makes me so angry sometimes. I mean, I felt that throughout the day, but it's like, fuck. Maybe like spirit just wants me to have like a different path. Maybe there's going to be some leniency, surprise leniency. Maybe there's going to be like more, like a hell of a lot more money coming in. I don't know. But the thing is that I have to be detached rather than adding more aggravation to what I already dumped, you know, earlier today. Like set aside, like, no, I didn't even set it aside. It's just like, no, that's not, there's no room for that. So rather than regenerating that, like, how do you feel about that now that that there's like, you know, we, between there and here, we just did a reading. We came through with other understandings. Like, so how do you feel about that? Well, I do feel more detached from it. And now I can see, like how this all kind of sums up between the past few readings and real life scenarios, and yeah. It's very helpful, I would say. And to like get the, acknowledgement from like seeing that manifest on the exterior, that I have like big leagues here, legit big leagues, self-made, didn't have to fuck out anybody to get to where they are. That's wonderful. Bravo. That is a treasure chest indeed. That's where I'm at. Okay. That's a fun aisle. Oh, one from my supporters and sponsors. Thank you so very much. The Lover's card in reverse. This is very private underground energy. For sure. For sure. Like, this is long-term capabilities. And so you pace things out. Therefore, a lot of the energetics are subtle and underground. But subtle, and it's like a lot of, like machine gun. Like you it's not like it leaves you guessing, like, is that what they, like, is that what they meant, or are they just, playing along, so you'll know the difference, is what they're saying. But in pacing out, they are in reversal before they go upright. And yeah, for sure. Okay. All right, that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. Blessings be. Now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my passions, properties, energies, power. Yeah, I forget how it goes. But, etc., etc. All my blessings. From those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity pass through light of the Holy Spirit for cleansing, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be refortified in me, only me, house free, no doubt, and no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much, class. Okay, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of in light and love. I close the portals in this reading. Oh, now. Oh, shoot. Oh, it fell. I can't tell you that. Can I? Yes? Or no? It's better not. Okay, bye for now.